Let's go.
Right.
We're back. You missed us.
You missed us.
You missed us,
You
didn't
missed
you?
this story that is gonna, you were asking me before, like, is this gonna be 4 episodes?
Or 5?
I feel like it's probably gonna be 5. Like, after writing this one, I was like, no, it's probably gonna be 5.
I knew it. Hello and welcome to Dead and Kind of Famous, where we dig into the life stories of dead folks who enjoyed a touch or two of fame in their time.
And now reside permanently in the Hollywood Forever Cemetery.
I'm Marissa Rivera, and I know nothing about what we're going to talk about imminently, but I do know that it is 8 p.m. and I'm drinking a Celsius, and I will regret it later.
What is a Celsius?
Oh, girl. It's an energy drink essentially, but it tastes good.
Oh, I recognize it now that I can see it.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. You know this logo. Oh, I'm drinking
do.
the tropical vibe one.
And I'm Courtney Blomquist, and I know way too much about what we're going to talk about, but I don't know something that you do know, Marissa.
What?
My culinary goops. I don't know a culinary goop. When watching British Bake Off, and they're like a traditional mousseline and a Swiss meringue and a blah blah blah. I don't know. I watch
She doesn't know her custards from her ganaches.
I don't know. I know what ganache is. I do know that. I don't know. Like these sorts of like regional buttercreams and and meringues, and
she doesn't know her Swiss from her American.
I don't know like these variations on combining like egg whites, sugar, and butter or whatever. Like there's I feel like that's kind of what it is, and I don't know any of it. It's like,
guess
well,
which one has the most sugar. Take one wild guess.
American?
Of course it's American.
Well, that's what I was saying. I'm like, yeah, of course.
Yeah, by far has the most amount of sugar, which is why a lot of like wedding cakes are made out of, it's either fondant or American buttercream, because American buttercream, it has so much sugar that it doesn't melt easily, and it's like the most stable. But also,
for like the outer
grossest
layer
tasting. Mm-hmm.
Right. Yep. That makes sense.
Bet you didn't know that either.
No, I don't know. I mean, like, no.
Because why would you? I'm just very much filled with the most random baking factories.
Marissa's a very good baker. I'm going to plug that right now for anybody who hasn't been watching her on the Try Guys and on specifically Without a Recipe, and what's the other one?
Oh, Phoning It In. There's
Marissa,
also Escape the Kitchen, which is an escape. You have to basically bake your way out of an escape room.
Oh my God. Couldn't be a more perfect show for you. Couldn't be a more perfect show for you at all. I have not seen that one. Oh my God. I need
Courtney and I, fun fact, Courtney and I used to do escape rooms a lot, to the point where we had a little team name called the Scapegoats. But that's enough about us. You're wild and quirky host.
Stupid. Yep.
Much like the Scapegoats, Woodlawn also had an amazing funny name.
Yes. And actually, we're going to get into that today, too. Oh, my God.
Oh, yay!
This is a good one.
I like how I got us there.
You segued. You did that.
Segued the hell out of that.
All right. So when we last left Holly, she was considering having a full sex change operation on her boyfriend Jack's dime.
Right.
But as we learned last time, it may not have been as much of a desire for her as it was for Jack, who refused to even touch her down there in its current state. So,
And this is the kind of thing that you have to be 1000% sure on.
oh,
to do.
100%.
Yeah.
Absolutely. It's a major decision, a major surgery, a major everything, major. So, she had moments of shame, of course, that the book mentions that we've talked about actually already, like come up when she was having to tuck, especially in her modeling days. So you see like a little bit of that, like, I don't connect with this genitalia, of course, but
Right.
maybe it was just the shame of being different and having a secret. All I'm saying is there are actually 3 different identity stories happening between Holly and her almost Warhol friends at this point, Candy Darling and Jackie Curtis. And this is, I've just been reading about all of the Warhol characters more and more. These are all like trailblazers for gender, for trans women, for everything.
Yes,
really, like so.
Yeah, that whole movement.
That whole movement is very much like these 3 friends kind of encompass very different parts of that. So Candy, for instance, was someone who wouldn't take a shower often out of fear of being caught with a penis. That was part of this book. Actually, Holly said Jax was like, she's weird. She doesn't take showers. And she was like, when she stayed with them and stuff. And it was like, well, that's why,
Oh gosh. Didn't
so
feel safe enough.
Right. And so she was deeply ashamed of her quote manhood, as it were, though she never did end up going for a full medical transition. And it might have just been, I don't know enough about that story. It might have just been because she didn't have the option. I don't know, but I bet she would have, honestly, if everything was perfect.
Right.
Jackie Curtis, on the other hand, refused to be defined by gender labels at all. And many consider her, many consider her, him. It's honestly like the pronouns with Jackie Curtis are all over the place in this book. So we'll just kind of use whatever, I guess, because she didn't want to be defined by it anyway. He didn't want to be defined by it. But they're one of the earliest examples out there of a non-binary person before there was a word for it.
Exactly.
And people have spoken to that at this point in time. Now, Holly, on the other hand, was a woman, defined herself as a woman, but she was not ashamed anyway of her male genitalia as Candy. She had grown into someone who was comfortable in her own skin, but now had the opportunity to have the operation many trans women coveted at the time. So,
and you know what? I applaud her so much to be that comfortable in your own skin at such a young age. Because right now, what, she's 17, 18?
I would say 18.
18, around there, cusping adulthood, as it were.
Yeah.
But like being mentally, emotionally, psychologically comfortable with your body enough to know that I don't want to change something about it is huge at this age.
Totally. And I don't think I don't know if she's completely there yet. There's a lot of voices. There's a lot of chatter going on. There's a lot of people with their own journey that she's encountering. But I think that that's what she's grappling with. And there's nobody else to talk to who feels like that really. Like, I don't know. It just, I feel like she has to be comfortable with these feelings that are coming up that are not, they're not the experience of a lot of people she's talking to, basically. Even though she's very connected with this community, I don't feel like there's other people who are maybe experiencing it in the same way entirely. So anyway, so in 1966, Jack was ready with the transition money. Holly had met a new trans friend named Julie who worked at Libra's salon. And the two traveled together to Johns Hopkins Medical Center in Baltimore so Holly could have her operation. Jack was not there because he had to work. A supportive
friend.
Yes, so she is a supportive friend. Yeah, I didn't go into a lot of detail about Julie, but Julie was, when Holly met her, she was going by Enrique. She was very pretty in the face always, even, you know what I mean, when she was presenting as male, and basically just they had a lot in common, I think. And so
bonded quickly.
Yeah. So this is a friend that came up quickly, but good bones to that relationship.
A good Judy from the start.
Exactly. So, however, she's got her friend in tow. She's ready. When Holly arrived at Johns Hopkins, she was told that she would have to wait a year to experience full womanhood in the medical sense. Specifically, they
I
told
feel like
her
a year feels fast, actually.
I mean, yeah. Specifically, they told her she would need to, quote, live in drag. And I don't know if that's what they actually said to her, but that's what she said. Live in
Okay.
drag for a year. When Holly explained that she had already been living as a woman for 4 years, the doctor said,
That may be the case, but we have to keep you under psychological analysis to prove that you can live with the change.
and now Carol Ryder is back, ladies and gentlemen. He has returned just for this episode.
As the Johns Hopkins doctor. And if you don't know who that is, you better check out that episode.
Yeah, go back to the first episode of the season. There he is. So Holly was offended by this answer.
The nerve! I had been living as a woman for long enough. I deserved my own snatch, but they refused. And so, in my despair, I went on a mad shopping spree. And after I had blown the wad that Jack had slaved to save, wait. She took the operation money
And immediately spent it.
And immediately spent it on spent it on shopping.
Yep.
Oh no, girl. Oh
I know.
no.
I know.
And after I had blown the wad that Jack had slaved to save, I thought that if I returned home pussyless and penniless, I'd soon be lifeless, for sure. So, Julie and I took a cheap little apartment in Baltimore and hid there for a month.
Eventually, I know. Like, just such a turn. But this is kind of like what I'm saying. I feel like as things are showing up, as she's dealing with these feelings, like, I don't know, that says something, right? Like, I feel like to go and be like, oh, like, I can do this thing that, like, so many trans women do want. A lot of them do want. And I'm gonna just.
But it sounds like she was actually about to do it. And then because they're like, you have to wait.
Yeah. I think so. But like,
do you think she would have gone through with it then?
I think she would have gone through with it, but like I do, but I feel like I think that what I'm hearing from earlier is like in her heart of hearts that this might have been for Jack more than it was for her. Do you know what I mean? And I think she's just not sure. I just don't think she's like fully sure. She might have wanted to. I don't really know, but like to me that says something that you're like, well, fuck you. I'm just gonna go and blow all this money that like I have in my pocket, and I could wait just one more year, and I could do that, and a lot of people would.
Girl,
you know what I mean?
Can't be trusted with a Macy's card. Cannot be trusted.
I know this is a big cash. This is not money is not her strong suit at all. So, so eventually, after this little hideout, she called Jack, confessed everything, and moved back in with him. But this definitely put the relationship on the rocks, for sure.
Yeah, I could see that.
Yep, that makes sense.
Yep. Makes sense.
Mostly just because it's like, oh, I thought you wanted this, and I worked my ass off to give you the money for this.
I'd be. How would you feel?
I mean, I'd be pissed. Because it's like you didn't call me, you didn't tell me what was going on, you didn't say anything, you didn't even confide in me about this. Like, I'd be so pissed. She's the judgment. There's, Holly. I don't know if y'all have realized this yet, but Holly is definitely not a perfect person, and she fucks up a lot. And I'll just
don't we all
say that? Yeah, but don't we all? But like she does fuck up a lot for sure. So
the relationship is on the rocks.
Yep. But on the bright side, Holly was free of Operation Anxiety, at least for the time being. She could push that aside. I don't have to like hem and haw about it for a minute. The money's not there. She had blown it. So she had no other option but to seek stardom just as she was, because that's,
there's
why not?
no other option.
There's no other option. That's it.
That's it.
So Jackie Curtis had written a play called Glamour, Glory, and Gold, and its first run had been a relative success.
Not gonna
Candy,
lie, sounds fun.
Yeah. So Candy, who had just finished starring in a show called Give My Regards to Off Broadway. but written by the same writer as Dreamgirls, Tom Ian. I know, it was like legit.
Oh yeah.
And because of that show's glowing reviews, she was cast in the starring role of the second run of Jackie's Glamour, Glory, and Gold. And originally, yeah, like, and so that's great, and like connects them again. Yeah. Originally, that part had been played by like a cis woman, so it was kind of like a cool flip, and obviously something Jackie would have been all about. But that's just, you know, yeah. So
a cool gender bend, a cool
100%. Yeah.
What's the play? What's the play?
It's called
Oh, Mary.
Her play is called Glamour, Glory, and Gold.
Yeah, very, very, very Oh, Mary of her.
Yes. Holly was given a featured role as a showgirl, and all of the male parts in the show were played by just one male actor. And that actor, just one. And that actor was a young talent by the name of Robert De Niro.
Robert De Niro?
Robert De Niro.
Robert De Niro. Okay, here's where the Forrest Gumping starts. Okay.
Yes. So,
totally
not
random. But what
this is
hell?
Like pre-fame Robert De Niro in this play. So, in Holly's scene with him, he played a producer that she was auditioning for who felt her up. In her words,
it was a ball. She had a great time being felt up by Robert De Niro.
She had a great time. Yeah. And I guess, like, side note on that, his parents, I guess, or his mom maybe owned a print shop. And so they were like doing all the printout like posters and stuff for this play. Like that was like his contribution. This is like super grassroots. You know what I mean? And he's like, I don't know. It's just crazy.
Making art.
Yeah.
And doing it together. And everybody.
Like Actors Studio Robert De Niro.
Yes. Oh my God. And his parents.
Yeah. And his parents. But Jackie and Candy were upset that their names weren't big enough on the poster. So they left the show. And in solidarity, Holly did the same. So that was the end of that.
You know what? Know your worth, you know?
Yeah. There is that. But
Holly, I think Holly likes to leave.
She does. She's not.
She likes to leave. She loves a dramatic exit.
And she gets I think she gets bored. She gets bored.
Girl, I understand.
Is what I see. Yep. Mm-hmm. So meanwhile, her new friend Julie had moved upstate to seek her
fame and fortune as the star slut of Syracuse.
The slut. The one and only. So she had recently had top surgery and was earning back the money she spent on that rapidly in her new position.
Good.
Yeah.
Good for you, girl. Get that coin.
Yep. She's like, I got them and now I'm going to shake them to pay for it.
Right. A really good ROI.
Yeah. 100%. Holly went up to visit her on weekends and decided to fully move there when she learned that Jack had begun seeing a cis woman on the side. Which, you know,
she had been cheating on Jack with really random people.
I know. And also, yeah, like I can't really blame him in this moment. You know,
no.
Yeah, I can't. I'm surprised she got to move back in, to be honest. Like, I like in an apartment. So yeah. Anyway.
Yeah.
Yes. So he did that. She got a job as a dancer, like Julie, and immediately had men falling all over her.
Of course.
Of
course.
Yep.
We love a dancer.
So
love movement, flexibility, grace. Ooh.
Yep. Just shaking her. And she went out, she bought a cheap outfit. She did her whole thing and she was like, yeah, and just started and reinvented herself once again and really liked this version in a lot of ways. So, because it was like, this is like a party job. This is like a partier's job. If you want it to be. So
and she's 19, 20, 21.
Yeah.
This is the time.
Yeah. So one of these guys was a goofy guy named Virgil, whose family owned a pig farm.
Virgil with the pig farm.
Virgil with his hogs.
I love the name Virgil, by the way. What a fun name.
It is.
Virgil.
It's fun. Virgil. He was always bringing Holly candy and flowers and eventually invited her to the farm for a visit with Julie. So upon arriving to the house and meeting his overly enthusiastic mother, Holly introduced
that cheap pig-slut friend of mine, Julie, and hightailed it into the kitchen.
For a home-cooked country buffet. I love that she's so quick to be like, my friend's a pig slut. She just like is reading people all the time. So she soon realized to her shock that Virgil intended to ask for her hand in marriage.
Whoa. I just wanted a roll in the hay, not a walk to the altar. Besides, this kid hadn't the slightest idea about the devastating truth behind my womanhood. And devastating it would have been, since this was one very strict Christian family. To think they had the nerve to imagine I was a virgin. Nerve.
So the weekend ended with Julie drunkenly bringing home a random man, getting up to no good in her bedroom.
Wait. To these people's farm? Oh, yep. My God.
To the farmhouse.
To the farmhouse that she was visiting.
Yep.
Oh, visiting my God.
Because of her friend. And then she was caught in the sheets by Virgil's very Christian mother.
Oh, my God.
So she and Holly were tossed out with his mother screaming,
"Heathens, harlots, and whores!"
at their backs as they made her run for it.
I'd be so pissed if I was visiting a farm with you, Courtney, and you...
And I slutted it up.
And you slutted it up and brought a drunk rando home, and I'm fleeing in the night, in the middle of the night.
Like, where do you even find someone? You're at a farmhouse. Like, where are you finding these people? What did you do to just like
the
go
village
like into a
pub?
Like it's like if it's a farm town, it's like a hick bar. But I guess that's what they're working in. They're like used to that. Like those places are scary. Like hick bars, like in the middle of nowhere, are scary. Like and yet she found someone. She did it, and she
sure did. I'd be so pissed if you did that to me.
Oh my God, and vice versa. Good Lord.
Now we know why Holly was calling her a pig slut from the start.
She's a pig slut. Yeah, she's found a way to be a slut on a pig farm. During this weird upstate chapter, Holly also took a go-go gig in a town called Amsterdam, where she had a fling with a man.
New York?
Yes.
Okay.
So she had a fling with a man.
Shout out if you're from Amsterdam, New York.
Shout out to Amsterdam, New York.
Shout out to Amsterdam, New York.
I'm going to be checking those locations and seeing if any of you are listening. So she had a fling with a man whose father owned a donut factory and needed a Miss Donut to ride in the local homecoming parade. So...
What a specific job that Miss Holly was uniquely qualified to do.
And honestly, the only reason I'm even including this is because I feel like there are many times where she was like, you know, kind of half jokingly, but being like, who do they think they're talking to? I'm Miss Donut of Amsterdam, you know, like of Amsterdam, New York. It's like part of her. It's like Mother of Dragons title.
Yes.
So Holly sat in a convertible with a sash reading Miss Donut 1968 and a tiara on her head in exchange for a year's supply of free donuts.
Worth it. I
Yeah.
would do that. I would do that in a second.
It depends on the donut, but yeah.
Donut friends?
If it was donut friend, I would 100% do that.
I know you
I
would.
mean, I would absolutely. That's like, yeah, for anybody living in Los Angeles, donut friend is, oh, so delicious. Such a treasure. It is my love language. I would accept it for any occasion, really. And I wanted it to be my wedding cake, but my mother was not into that and made a big enough thing that I didn't do it. So
next best thing, I don't know if I've told this story, but Courtney gave me donuts for my divorce. She's like, sorry, you're going through a divorce. I brought you donuts. And I said, are these divorce donuts? And she said, sure are.
Yep.
And then helped me eat them.
Yep. Oh, yeah. Well, that's, yep. Yeah.
Well,
it's a win-win for me.
That's why you get donuts.
I know. So I can share. Shamelessly. Yes. After a rumor kicked up around town that Holly and Julie were prostitutes, they fled town and
they
landed,
weren't at this time.
And they weren't. They were not. They fled town.
Just slutty.
They were just slutty. But like, this is oh yeah, I should have included this. I'm going to include it now. So the rumor, according to Holly, was because she had all of these free donuts. And so they were like, yes, we wanted men to come over and yes, whatever. But that was how we got them to come over, was like just telling them that we had all these free donuts, and we did. And so like there were always guys over having our donuts, and probably, you know, more of their God-given donuts as well.
Having some donuts.
Some donut holes.
Yeah.
So
looking up that frosting. Okay. No.
That Boston cream. I hate myself. I'm gonna stop.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
Okay.
Moving on.
Okay. So many people just stopped listening. Yeah. Anyway. That happened. The rumor that they were prostitutes, and they fled town because of it and landed go-go jobs in Albany, New York. Okay. They were just like, oh yeah, I'm not a whore. I'm not a whore that's in the, you know, traditional sense. So
I was one.
I was not one. I'm not anymore. I get paid a different way now.
And she was a bad prostitute.
She was a bad prostitute. It's true. Terrible. Didn't even always take the money. Awful. So they fled. They landed go-go jobs in Albany, New York. While they were there, Holly had too many drinks one night and found herself in a hotel room with a local man. And when she came clean about the status of her genitalia, which she would have to do if they're doing anything right, the guy was taken aback, but still kissed and pawed at her and promised to keep her secret. But he didn't. And after dancing once more with a bunch of upstate angry eyes glaring at her, she and Julie fled town once more and headed back to New York City. So... I feel like
it's interesting to out someone like that, because then you're also outing yourself.
Yeah. But I mean, I think that the story that he probably told was like, I was like, what the hell? No. Yeah, I was tricked. Exactly. Like, so I feel like that's probably what it was. It's like, I didn't do anything. Like, it's like this shame of like, oh, I did kiss this person that I knew had male genitalia, and now I feel feelings about that, and now I'm gonna go try to, you know, cover it up with this weird lie and being shitty and exposing her. So they headed back to New York City, and naturally Holly called Jack to say she was tired of living upstate and was coming home. Also, she needed somewhere to stay. So
I was gonna say,
yeah. So he said okay, but he would be out of town in Mexico. But Holly agreed to watch his apartment. Of course she did. She had nowhere else to go. So she got a job at a dress shop and picked up life where she'd left it would seem. And instead of looking after Jack's place, she flew wild pill-popping parties and made a big mess.
Like a kid who gets left by their parents for the first time.
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
gets the house or
Mhm.
apartment to themselves.
Mhm.
Ay,
Yeah.
ay,
Yeah.
ay.
So she was going to clean it up, but
Oh,
then she found she was thinking about it, but
she
then she
was
found a love letter.
contemplating.
Yeah. Yeah. She found a love letter and realized that Jack hadn't just had a fling, he was in love with another woman. So this is where she was like, oh, so offended because of course she'd messed around. She'd done this, that, whatever. But it's like, well, I
It was
didn't fall in love. How dare you?
casual. Right. No letters were written. How dare you give your heart to another?
She is pissed. So Holly left the place a wreck and confronted Jack when he walked in the door. And this is the moment where Jack finally kicked her out and threw all of her clothes out the window onto the front lawn, like dramatically kicked her out.
Cinematically kicked her out.
Exactly.
We can all picture it.
Yep,
Clothes
exactly.
flying through the air.
Yep,
Yelling
that scene where
out
you're
the
like, that only
window.
happens exactly. That
In
only happens in
movies?
movies, but it's happening to Holly right now.
Mhm,
So
mhm.
just like that, Holly was once again homeless without any options, and she couldn't seem to get a little help from any friends in that moment. She and Libra had lost touch, and Candy was
doing an off-Broadway stint with Miss Curtis and was too consumed by her own glamour to be bothered by my beggary.
So Holly found herself spending nights in Bryant Park once again. And she says in the book that I know. And she says in the book that she was eating grubs in Bryant Park. And I don't know if that's like just it's like, really though? Or was that just you saying that to be dramatic? I don't like it either way.
No.
I don't like it either way.
She was hungry. She was hungry.
No, right. So she doesn't even after this point, she doesn't even mention her dress shop job again. So I'm assuming that fell away during this time as well. Either way, the situation wasn't good. But Holly started spending time at the Stonewall, which you may have heard of, right?
The Stonewall.
And she befriended some queens there who piled into a small room in a rooming house together. Of Stonewall and this period in time, she says,
the place attracted an eclectic bunch. Butch guys, preppy boys, older men, a few lesbians, and a few so-called straight men sprinkled in between. Well, at least their wives and kids thought they were straight. Anyway, it was these straight patrons that attracted me. I wasn't interested in gay men because I thought I was a woman and I wanted to be treated accordingly, unlike some of the other girls who could put on pants and become a man. I was a woman, regardless of what I was wearing. Also, there are different degrees of transvestism. Right? Is that how you say it? Transvestism?
I guess so.
Okay. That is what I am going with. There are some men who are very straight and only have sex with women, but get excited over wearing panties and a dress. Then there are those men, such as myself, who want to live as women and go to the extreme of shooting hormones and undergoing electrolysis treatments so they can look real. Looking real was very important in my mind because if there was any question that I was a man in drag, I could be arrested and worse yet, I could be killed by homo-hating hoodlums. It was during this period of the mid-60s. Another typo. I pretend to be enraged, but really, like, I'm not mad at all.
I'm gonna tell a story after this. I forgot to tell, so keep going. Yep.
Okay. It was during this period of the mid-60s when all the girls in quotation marks, okay, for those listening, when all those girls in the West Village were starting to come out of their closets. or their dressing rooms, as I like to say. So I felt right at home. So she found her people.
Yeah.
Really.
And I think it also just speaks to the period of time, like that it's like there's, you know, she's definitely not the only person like this, and there's places to find people like her, and there's a whole spectrum happening, and it's just underground. So what I was going to say, though, because we're talking about typos, is that, so speaking of typos,
okay.
Hilariously, last time Marissa was saying, I was making fun of you saying, I'm sure that's not how it's actually pronounced. And you were saying escaroles.
Escaroles.
Escaroles as one of the drugs that Holly was taking when hanging out with Libra. An additional.
So you misspelled it, which is why we couldn't find what the hell they were.
I misspelled it. It's escatrols is what she said.
No, excuse me. It's escatroles.
It stupid. It was like okay, so this was like a weight loss drug. But it was withdrawn.
Like fen or something that an upper essentially.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
It's like a speed related diet drug. But escaroles are a leafy green vegetable. So we were like, Holly did it's like she ate her greens.
She ate
her bougie greens that are probably only found in a restaurant, because who buys that? So I screwed that up. But that's so funny. But yeah,
multiple times.
Yes. But we just stuck on it because I was like, I don't know what any of these drugs are, and I still don't. Kind of, but not. You know, they're gone. They're done. So, just wanted to clear that up.
Okay, thank you so much.
You're welcome. So, in this rooming house that Holly's living in now with her Stonewall friends, Holly read Vogue and she daydreamed about being a star to get her through the hard times. As she puts it,
I'm not just referring to when I was broke and in the gutter, but the times when I wondered about where I was heading, or who I was, and whether I should have gotten a sex change. I don't know, and I didn't want to think about it, so I kept dreaming and hoping one day I would know the answers.
Yeah. So the identity crisis continues, but she's dreaming to get out of it. So in the same rooming house, down the hall from her, was Liz Eden, a trans sex worker who had a regular John named Sonny, a seemingly straight man with a wife and kids. Holly knew about Sonny because every time he came to call, Liz would get very excited and scream down the hall,
Sonny's coming! Sonny's coming, and he's gorgeous.
So, of course, everyone had to look, right?
I would.
Right? Of course. You can't not after that. So,
no.
Eventually, Sonny fell in love with Liz and said he'd do anything for her. Naturally, she told him that she wanted a sex change.
So, Sonny robbed a bank to get her one. Boy, was he a fool for love. The story made headlines and became the inspiration for the film Dog Day Afternoon.
Can you believe that? Isn't that insane?
Yes, I can't believe it because it's Holly.
It's just like she just happens to be around like these super big like moments of, I don't know. It's crazy.
Wow. So that's love,
yes.
Baby.
Yep. Did you see Dog Day Afternoon? I saw it recently. It's very good. But now that you know this, I feel like you need to see it.
Because of this? Or just randomly you'd seen it?
I think maybe I did see it recently. Like, I think I was when I first started reading this book, like when I first picked it up. I think I did. But I mean, yeah, because I think I was aware when I saw it. But yeah, it's crazy. So through her nightly hangs at the Stonewall, Holly met a couple named Peter and George. They were speed fiends and pill poppers.
Wait, time out. Of course their names were Peter and George. Please continue.
They were speed fiends and pill poppers. So naturally, Holly hit it off with them just fine. And they all moved in together. Yeah.
Oh, of course.
Yeah. It was through George that Holly first got acquainted with the Warhol factory scene.
Okay.
He had been, so it begins.
It begins.
He had been an early factory member who was often referred to as Silver George for his habit of foiling rooms in silver.
Okay.
Maybe there's more to it, but that's all we know.
Okay, he had a thing. It was an aesthetic.
And he had a name.
Just got out of control.
Yep. He told Holly stories about how everyone at the factory pitched in to help Andy make silk screens and even signed his name for him at times. And hearing this makes me hear like exploitation a little bit.
Yes, I was just about to say, so working for free?
Yeah. So, but Holly was still fascinated and wanted to be part of the insanity, as she put it. So, I mean,
I feel like I wouldn't have minded learning how to do.
Yeah, it's beyond. This is like a thing. I don't know, for anybody who doesn't know about Andy Warhol. Like, he was this like very. He did exploit people. I mean, he really did. Like, it was like, but they also wouldn't have been famous without him. They wouldn't have, you know what I mean? Because he was trying to, like, even by having these films that these people, you know, that like Candy and Jackie knew about and everything, and like knew that they could be a Warhol superstar. The idea of being a Warhol superstar in general, of being this kind of like not classic at all Hollywood star.
Yeah, and I was gonna say that like was I feel like the only avenue at the time for queer talent.
100%. So it's this trailblazing thing, but as far as like the pay lining up with that or compensation being there, like in a way that was appropriate, and even when it came to his artwork, especially behind the scenes, it's just like doesn't add up. And I think a lot of people got pissed about it.
Scuzzy, yeah, it's scuzzy.
Yep, and it was
at best.
And also around this time, I didn't even really put this in here because it's definitely like before Holly was even acquainted with Andy, but like this is when the assassination attempt happened on him. So like there was I
gotta be honest, I don't know a lot about Andy Warhol.
Yeah, so there's an ex factory member named Valerie Solanas, and she got like pissed and, you know, about all of this kind of shit, and then tried to shoot him and did shoot him. She
tried to, okay. She didn't put a hit out on him. She like snapped.
Yeah, just like went in there raving and ranting and da-da-da. So like, so he,
and shot him? Did she hit him? Like, was it close? Like,
he was in the hospital. So then this is kind of when he starts like delegating more to other people and like pulling back even more and being like this shadowy figure a little bit. But he was still having parties. He was still doing his thing, but like was more cautious, I would say. So it's like a different chapter than it was in the beginning of the Warhol stuff. And we obviously didn't get into the full Warhol scene, but it is fascinating. And there's a lot of characters and a lot of like tragedies around those characters. I mean, these are just like people who were not accepted anywhere else really but the factory and like the art they were putting out. But he basically elevated the careers of so many of these, or just like I don't know, he elevated the idea that these people were there, right?
Right.
That these are people in our society, that they are there. Like,
stories deserve to be told and they deserve to be shown.
Right. So there's shadiness around it, but like it still is important, you know? Right. So it's a tough thing. It's complicated. Yeah. So, George thought Holly just had to meet Andy.
Okay.
Plus
Silver George. Like, hey girl, you gotta meet Andy.
Plus Candy and Jackie were already in the scene. starring in the latest film by Factory cohort Paul Morrissey, who did a lot of these films, called Flesh, which was just about to be released. Yeah. So,
Flesh.
But did either of them invite Holly to the premiere? No. George had called Andy to arrange an introduction with Holly, and he is the one who invited the two of them to the premiere. Of this, Holly said,
"Our friendships were up and down so many times it was like riding a carousel. Sometimes we loaded one another and sometimes we...
Sorry.
Is it supposed to be loathed?
Yes. We loaded one another. Yes. Okay.
I thought it was like loaded each other up with drugs, but no.
Loathed.
Context clues told me. Sometimes we loathed one another, and sometimes we loved one another. We shared laughs, tears, makeup, and drugs. But when it came to sharing the spotlight, it was every broad for herself. I hate that feeling of industry friends that are only your friends.
Opportunistic.
Yes, when it's opportunistic for them to be friends with you and leave you. I don't really have friends like this, but the people who get jealous.
I feel like you have had friends like this. Yeah.
Oh? Well, I've forgotten who they are, and they no longer exist in my life, obviously.
No, I mean, like, I think you've asked people out for a bit of this reason, is all I'm saying. Okay. So, but with that ethos, Holly didn't hide the fact that she thought that Flesh was garbage.
0%.
Yeah. It was all about a young stud, Joe D'Alessandro, and all the people
played by Robert. No, I'm kidding.
No. Joe D'Alessandro was the actor's name.
His name.
And I think, sometimes he just played himself. But, and all the people,
Joe D'Alessandro,
and all of the people who were after his body. So that's what the movie was about, pretty much.
Okay.
So Holly thought it was a
dull piece of shit,
but enjoyed Candy and Jackie's performances well enough. So that's a good friend to be like, F you, but actually I kind of like doing that movie.
You know what? I've been in plenty of absolute shit projects, but I've turned out a performance, okay?
It's your job. You got to do it.
It's your job. Sometimes the material ain't there, but you got to put forth your best effort.
Yes.
So she was like, hated the movie, but you girls did good.
Yeah. And also, like she says here too, like this was the first time, I guess, like Jackie wasn't wearing, dressing as a woman all the time at this point. Like, so most of the time when Holly saw her, she was not dressed as a woman. And so like, this was one of the first times she saw her in like full drag where she like really tried. And she was like, and she looked fine. Like, that's what she said. She looked fine. It was like
Holly's like clearly like, I'm the pretty friend.
Yeah. Yes, 100%. So she saw how everyone fawned over Candy and Jackie at the party, at this Warhol party, and how in the coming days and weeks, both received mainstream attention and were fawned over by celebrities and artists. And Holly definitely wanted a piece of that pie.
Okay. She was getting hungry, girl.
Yes. So as this craving for pie was coming over her, George pulled her through the crowd towards the blinding white head of Andy Warhol. Upon introducing her, Andy replied,
"Oh, you're so glamorous. You should be in one of our movies. Do you have a last name?"
And Holly said,
No, but I'll have one the next time you see me." Yes. What do you
Good
want,
response.
Andy? Yeah,
Yep.
I'll give it to you.
Yep. And so Holly left the factory with some homework. So a few nights later, when she was at home taking speed like you do with George and Peter and watching I Love Lucy reruns.
Honestly, sounds like a great night.
Yeah.
I mean, speed is not my speed, but like, something else.
Right.
And watching
Something
I Love
else.
Lucy reruns. Oh,
Sure. Yep.
what a night.
Yep. So the episode where Lucy has a loving cup stuck on her head on the subway comes on.
Perfect.
And in the subway background was the word Woodlawn. And Peter jumped up saying,
"That's it. The Woodlawn Cemetery. Holly, you can be the heiress to all that land. And who's going to contest? They're all dead."
Because this is it's the train to the Bronx. It's the last stop on the train is the Woodlawn Cemetery.
It's the Woodlawn
So that's why
Cemetery.
the word's showing up, right? So this spoon feed logic resulted in Holly's newfound last name, and it felt like home to her. As Holly says,
"Yes, I could be the heiress to the Woodlawn Cemetery. Darling, with all that marble, I could build a palace and use the crypts as powder rooms. But most importantly, I could be Hollywood's namesake. Finally, I had a name, and I could give it to Andy." We have a full name! It happened!
she's got a full name.
Yay!
It was 1969, and Hollywood Lawn had officially emerged.
Welcome to the world. Welcome to the stage, Miss Hollywood Lawn.
Exactly. So 1969. It was also when on a nightly outing to Stonewall on the evening of Judy Garland's death that Holly found herself in the middle of the Stonewall riots.
Yep.
And who called her over to give her the deets? None other than Miss Marsha P. Johnson herself.
Stop it.
Yep.
Stop it.
One of the most notable Stonewall participants who made history that night standing up for LGBTQ rights. Holly describes her as
the Hedda Hopper of Christopher Street, who always had juicy gossip to tell.
And for those of you who don't know, Hedda Hopper was like a gossip columnist from the old Hollywood days. So yeah, like the columnist to begin the columnist's profession.
The TMZ.
Yeah, exactly.
TMZ with tits.
Yeah, she had the power of the pen and a quick wit. So, and because she can't hold back from reading another queen, Holly also says,
her skirt was tied in the back where the zipper had been ripped. Her blouse was tied into a halter, and she always wore house slippers with her stockings, which were rolled down around her shins.
So she's like, she looked crazy.
Is she talking Marsha P. Johnson? She's like,
yeah.
She's like, she looked a mess.
Yes.
That's
yes.
So funny.
That's what she's saying. Yes. So
hilarious.
She gave so Marsha gave Holly the scoop on how the cops were being held hostage by the queens and offered her a drink of a cheap liquor she referred to as the pride of Cucamonga. And then she wandered back into the crowd, yelling and also trying to find people to pass the word to.
Mm-hmm.
As Holly says,
the Stonewall riots became a milestone for the gay community, not only because it was the biggest gay riot in history, but because it was the first time Miss Marsha got on TV. Darling, she made the 6 o'clock news, and she appeared so worldly for a girl of the gutter. Even her wig was on straight. I'm surprised they didn't erect the statue of Miss Marsha on top of Sheridan's shoulders, waving a pint of Cucamonga in honor of her carryings on.
Perfect. So even with the Stonewall riots happening, everything, these very tumultuous times, Holly was able to find a place in underground theater and start using her new full name. Hooray.
So exciting. Hooray, Holly.
Yes. She joined a group called the Playhouse of the Ridiculous and performed in a play written by her own Jackie Curtis called Heaven Grand in Amber Orbit, which was about
that is so underground New York theater.
Yeah,
That title.
it's like pretentious.
Oh my God. Heaven Grand in Amber Orbit.
Yes.
Jesus Christ.
Right. And so it was about, especially once you know what it's about. It was about like a circus sideshow freaks. Like, okay, Heaven Grand in Amber Orbit. This title gives me none of that.
Okay.
But anyway, Holly now felt like she was a real actress because she was acting, and she became closer friends. Yeah. She became closer friends with Jackie than she was before too, because she's like working with her more. And she sometimes accompanied her to the factory when Jackie needed to hit up Andy for money, because that's how that worked, by the way. It's like, oh, you didn't pay me enough, but I'm like one of your stars, so I'm just going to like show up and ask you for money, or like leave a tab at a restaurant like with your name signed. Like that's like how people got paid enough to like get by. So it's good.
Oh, yeah. If you learn how to do his signature, that's how you do it.
Well, no, I mean, it's like he knew about, it's like, oh, yeah, whatever. Like he would be like, they would ask because it's like, everyone knew who he was, but it's, you know,
I wouldn't eventually ask. I'd be like, oh, I'm working for you haven't paid. Oh,
yeah.
I'll be going out to this dinner and signing your name.
Yeah, yeah. So anyway, Holly starts, you know, frequenting the factory more because she's like by association at this point. So there at the factory, she met a kid named Jeff who was becoming disgruntled about the whole factory scene for all the reasons we've discussed, right? Because he spotted the exploitation of it all, and he wasn't wrong, right? But a couple days after she met him, Holly ran into him and he asked her if she wanted to come with him to pick up a camera. Holly went along without realizing what was going on. She's like, sure, yeah, whatever. I'm down for anything.
Sure. An errand? Fine.
Yeah, whatever. Sure. My new friend. Let's go.
The next thing I know, he's charging a $2,000 camera to Warhol and telling the clerks that I'm Viva. The store clerk looked at us and said that he would have to verify the charge to Andy's account.
Then Jeff bolted out and Holly bolted after him because they didn't know what else to do.
Oh, my God.
I know. So, by the way, Viva is another Warhol star. Like, but he just like pulled her into a lie real fast, and then she's like, and left.
Oh my God, she became an accessory.
Yes.
Whoops. So I'm an accessory to theft. Oopsie. And $2,000 at that time?
Yeah. So, I mean, it didn't go through, but they of course told him about it. Like, you know, so shortly after this incident, Heaven Grand in Amber Orbit opened, and an underground writer named John Hayes did a feature article on Holly. She didn't want to sound like a nobody, so she lied and said that she was, in fact, a Warhol superstar. And this is like a piece with like full centerfolds and like, you know what I mean? Like not centerfold, but like full pictures and like everything. Like, you know who she is. She's just like, yes, this is me, a Warhol superstar. There's no hiding, just out there.
Okay. $2,000 in 1969 is $17,655 today.
Damn. So that would be like for getting like a what is it called? Like a red cam or whatever, like something really.
I don't know how much those cost, but I don't know. I am not.
Probably not even that much though. Honestly, that's a lot. That's a lot.
That's a sedan. That's
a car. Yeah,
that's a car. That's a nicely used hatchback. You know,
nicely used hatchback. Nicely used.
Nicely used.
Yeah. So all of this happened after Andy Warhol's assassination attempt that I mentioned.
Mm-hmm.
So with these two back-to-back sketchy incidents, and he had guessed correctly, by the way, that Holly was the one involved in the camera stunt because he knew who she was. He wanted nothing to do with her. Like, if in his eyes, she'd kind of blown it. Like, he's like,
Oh, yeah.
this person is crazy. Like, no. But Paul Morrissey was the guy making all the movies, right?
Right.
He was the one that made Flesh and everything. So he was a factory member, director of all these films, including Flesh with Holly's two friends. And he was actually intrigued because
she was like, who is this crazy broad?
Yeah,
I must know.
Yeah, he's like, the nerve of this person who attempted to rob Andy and then claim to be a part of his factory. He had a hunch that he had a hunch that Holly was just who he needed for his next picture. And that is where we will leave you until next time.
Just when things are starting to get juicy and revved up. What?
I know.
Oh my God. So Holly inadvertently becomes an accessory to stealing a nicely used hatchback.
Right.
And
or the equivalent
then lies to the press about being a factory girl.
Mm-hmm.
Andy's like, no, thank you. Get out of here. I want nothing to do
I don't need any more
you.
psycho bitches in my life. Somebody just shot me.
It. And then Paul, yeah, exactly. Like, I've had enough going on in my life. And then Paul Morrissey's like,
Yes. No, so you'll have to see what happens next time. But yes, this is like opening. The chapter is opening.
The stardom. Oh my gosh.
Yes. So yes, her moment is arriving, which is exciting. So
I'm so excited to learn more. Oh, I'm so excited.
Yes. So
and next time we record, next time I get to learn more about Holly, we'll be recording together.
That's right. Oh my God, that's right. I'm coming for a visit. I'm so excited. Yay. Also, I just want to throw this out here now. Like, so there's a book that just came out this last year that just came on my radar. Because this book that we've been using it's written by Holly, but also it's Holly Woodlawn with Jeff Copeland. And so Jeff Copeland was like somebody that she met at the time. Like, Holly probably never would have gotten it together to write a book without him. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I do know what you mean.
Yep. And so I think
I also suspect the same. Mm-hmm.
Yes. So he knew her well and like has come out with his own book about knowing her and everything. And like pretty recently. So
okay. Yeah. Cool.
Which is really cool. So I haven't read it, but I feel like, I don't know, maybe we can do something with that later because I do feel like I read some articles about it, but I didn't read the book, and maybe we can do like some sort of like book club with you guys or something, like fans.
Oh, that'll be fun.
Yeah, because I don't think
if you guys are interested in that.
Yeah, that could be kind of fun. But it's called Love You Madly, Holly Woodlawn, A Walk on the Wild Side with Andy Warhol's Most Fabulous Superstar by Jeff Copeland.
That's a long title. I gotta be honest, that's a long title. But makes her sound really cool.
The way that it's like laid out on the cover threw me off, and I missed part of it the first time I tried to say it. So anyway, it's strange font and arrangement choices. But anyway, so yeah, but that's something that exists. And I just wanted to say that because I don't know, he has his own take on things, I think, just from reading articles about it. So
fun.
Yeah, there's more info out there is what I'm trying to tell you. And I don't have all of it. But
if you guys are interested in like a little book club about these,
Yeah, like because also somebody told me like somebody reached out, another fan reached out with or listener, I should say. Another listener reached out with a new book written about Christopher Jones as well.
Oh, I want to read that.
Yeah, because like there really wasn't like a book written about him before, which is why I had to piece together his story from like his ex-wife's,
Yeah.
his ex-wife's memoir and like a bunch of other things.
And articles.
And articles and stuff. So, but now there's a book. So that would also be interesting to read. But like, yeah, so I don't know. Like, by the way, yeah. And if anybody's reading this stuff first, like reach out, let me know. Tell me all your stuff. Like, I definitely am not, I mean, I'm a wealth of knowledge, look, but like, I don't have all the money. I don't have all that.
Doesn't have all the answers.
The cheese, whatever these slang for cash. I don't know, man. It's getting late. It is. Isn't cheese like a word for money? I don't know.
Yeah. Okay. Cheddar.
The cheese. The cheddar. That's what it is. Thank you so much for listening. Your support and enthusiasm for the show are the reason we keep doing it. So thanks for the kind words. They really mean the world. If you liked the show or have ideas for episodes we could or should do, please drop us a comment in Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or YouTube. And if you haven't yet, please follow the show and tell every cinephile and taphophile, fun fact, that's a person who loves graveyards, about your new favorite niche podcast. And if you want to see transcripts, photos, and sources for our episodes, check out our Substack, Dead and Kind of Famous. Dead and Kind of Famous is written, produced, and edited by Courtney Blomquist. It is hosted by Marissa Rivera and Courtney Blomquist. And special thanks to Jesse Russell, my husband, for allowing me to yammer on about the episodes before I can spill it all to Marissa. He tends to have some good insights and ideas, so thanks. Until next time, you might not be famous, but you've got a story to tell and you're not dead yet.